Barb and Aurelie is a song by the English rock band The Who. It is the opening track to the band's studio album Who's Next, and was issued in Europe as a single in November 1971, coupled with My Wife. Roger Daltrey sings most of the song, with Pete Townshend singing the middle eight, Don't Cry Don't Raise Your Eye It's Only Teenage Wasteland. The song's title is a combination of the names of two of Townshend's philosophical and musical influences, Meyer Barber and Terry Riley. Barb and Aurelie was included in Time magazine's list of the all-time 100 songs, Rolling Stone Euro's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as one of the 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. It has appeared in a number of films and television shows, including CSI, NY, Miami Vice and the Peanuts movie in 2015. Background and composition: Townshend originally wrote Barb and Aurelie for his Lifehouse project, a rock opera that was to be the follow-up to The Who's 1969 opera, Tommy. In Lifehouse, the song would be sung at the beginning by a Scottish farmer named Ray, as he gathers his wife Sally and his two children to begin their exodus to London. When Lifehouse was scrapped, 8 of the songs were salvaged and recorded for The Who's 1971 album Who's Next, with Barb and Aurelie as the lead-off track. Townshend stated in an interview that Barb and Aurelie is about the absolute desolation of teenagers at Woodstock, where the patrons were smacked out on acid and 20 people had brain damage. The irony was that some listeners took the song to be a teenage celebration, Teenage Wasteland, yes. We're all wasted. Barb and Aurelie title combines the names of Meyer Barber and Terry Riley, two of Townshend's philosophical and musical mentors. The song is often mistakenly called Teenage Wasteland, after the phrase repeated in the song. Teenage Wasteland was in fact a working title for the song in its early incarnations as part of the Lifehouse project, but eventually became the title for a different but related song by Townshend, which is slower and features more lyrics. A demo of Teenage Wasteland is featured on Lifehouse Chronicles, a 6-disc set of music related to the Lifehouse project, and on several Townshend compilations and videos. The song uses a VIV chord progression and is composed in the key of F major. However, it was recorded using the European A, which is 446 Hz rather than the standard 440 Hz. Recording and release: Barb and Aurelie's backing track was derived from the Lifehouse concept, where Townshend wanted to input the vital signs and personality of Meyer Barber into a synthesizer, which would then generate music based on that data. When this idea fell through, Townshend instead recorded a low-Ray Berkshire Deluxe TB-01 organ using its marimba repeat feature as the backing track. This modal approach was inspired by the work of minimalist composer Terry Riley. The song was derived from a 9-minute demo, which the band reconstructed. Barb and Aurelie was initially 30 minutes in length, but was edited down to the high points of the track for Who's Next. The other parts of the song appeared on the third disc of Townshend's Lifehouse Chronicles as Barber M1, and Barber M2. Barb and Aurelie was released in November 1971 as a single in several European countries. However, in the United Kingdom and the United States, it was only released as part of the album Who's Next. Reception and legacy. Barb and Aurelie appears at number 349 on Rolling Stone Euro's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. The song is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for being one of the 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. The band Pearl Jam regularly plays a cover of the song during concerts, and a reader's poll in Rolling Stone awarded this cover as number 8 in their greatest live cover songs. Barb and Aurelie was used as the theme song for the popular television series CSI, NY. Each CSI series used a Who song as its theme. The song plays in the opening segment of the Miami Vice episode Out Where the Buses Don't Run. One of the working titles of that 70s show was Teenage Wasteland, a reference to the repeated lyric in the song. The song was also used in trailers for A Bug's Life, American Beauty, Resident Evil, Attribution, and the Peanuts movie. The song has been also used in episode 14 of season 1 in the TV series House. A remixed version of this song, redone by Alan Wilkes, appears in the 2012 remake of Need for Speed, Most Wanted. Since 2003, Bourbon orally is played during player introductions for the Los Angeles Lakers during home games at the Staples Center. The song is played prior to live UFC events during a highlight package showing some of the most famous fights in the mixed martial arts company's history. It is also the official theme song of competitive eater Joey Chestnut. At both the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2012 London Olympics, the track The Road Goes On Forever by High Contrast is used during a countdown to the start of the proceedings. This song samples Bourbon orally with a higher tempo as a 120 BPM dance track. Bourbon orally was then performed by The Who as their first number during the last musical segment at the closing ceremony, with Daltrey singing a changed lyric of Don't Cry Just Raise Your Eye There's More Than Teenage Wasteland. The song was also sampled in the song Best Song Ever by One Direction. Personnel: Roger Daltrey Euro-led vocals, harmonica, Pete Townshend Euro-led vocals, low-rate TB01 organ, piano, guitar, John Entwistle Euro bass guitar, Keith Moon Euro drums, Dave Arbus Euro violin. Charts. References. External links.